Hi, Jason. Thanks for sharing this plan with me. I'm going to turn the grids off. I never use those. And I want to make sure that roof planes is on and roof baselines. Roof planes, roof baselines. Okay. So the roofs in question are over here. And the problem is, if you click on this roof plane here, the one that's not connecting up properly, and this one over here, this looks like it was auto-generated. And the auto-generator is not really that intelligent. Sorry to tell you this, but it didn't do, I mean, that would have worked if it could have made the geometry work, but it can't. So I'm going to drag this over here. And excuse me, get rid of this. I'm going to create a new ridge. And I'm going to reconnect this edge over here. Okay, it says can't. And the reason it's saying that is because the geometry's off. I guess this will make more sense if I do an overview. There we go. I'm going to go Shift F6, Shift. Where's the F6 key? Well, I can't read my keyboard. I'll go over here to tile horizontally. No, don't want that. There we go. So basically what I'm going to do, let's see. What am I going to do with this? It really make more sense. See, this is going to create a dead valley right here against that wall. So I need to pull this away from the edge because it's chopping the siding off. Oh, that's not even the right wall type. I see it now. That's supposed to be, what kind of wall is that? Oh, that's an interior for a wall. You need an exterior a wall there. Interior, no. Interior. What are you doing here? Ought to be this kind of wall. Let me see what kind this is. Siding 6. Okay. This needs to be siding 6. What's the matter with you? Not interior 6. We want siding 6. I thought maybe that roof plane was chopping into the wall, but see, this is going to create a dead valley here, even if I straighten this out. So this is not going to work. I think I mentioned to you before that the floor plan kind of dictates the geometry of the roof. You can see over here, it goes around the second floor wall here. I need to rotate that around so we can look at the back. There's a rotator thingy. Oh, I guess I need to be on, yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got wrong wall types here again. And this is a dead valley. That's not going to work. I had to put a big cricket there and a cricket here. You'd be better served to roof this completely differently than what you're planning here. I'm going to hit the shift key. I guess I'll just do this. Well, it's hard to tell what you're doing here. Yeah, these walls ought to be siding 6 walls, not interior 6. What's the matter with you? Okay, that's better. And I might suggest, you go back to this screen here, that we just extend this roof up. I mean, you've got, if you bedroom here, you've got windows back here, and this is not a bedroom. It's like a stairway and something, so you don't need a, well, you could put a window over here if you wanted on this wall. What I'm proposing, let me go back down to the first floor and turn on the reference display. Yeah, I propose is pretty much getting rid of this because it's not workable. I need to hit the tab key. There we go. Got a break here I got to deal with. I propose, let's take that back to there. I haven't figured this all out down to the last knuckle bone, but I'll see if it's workable or not momentarily. And bring that up like that. That'll eliminate any dead valleys there. I'm going to go around this corner here, put a break there. Well, those walls don't line up very well. That's between you and your engineer. Okay. And I need to break this here down there so I have some overhang. Probably something like that. My laptop's a little bit, my main computer's down right now, so I'm having to use my laptop, and it's a little bit slower than what I'm used to. But it does okay. It's just a step slower than my desktop. I'm thinking about putting a Dutch gable here. Let me give you an isometric view of that. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. And we get a rake wall in there. And I'm planning to do, I think, pretty much the same thing up here. It's kind of a little odd, so I don't know if it's going to work all that well. I'm going to take this and make it into a Dutch gable end, or at least something approaching something like that. Well, that may not work. It doesn't look very good. If you don't do something like this, you're going to have to put big crickets all along there to keep that dead valley draining out. I don't particularly like the way that looks. I'd be prettier if I just don't put any eaves there at all. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Just take this out here and make it a gable. Of course, I don't know what the rest of this roof is going to look like, and I suppose neither do you. And you didn't tell me how that's supposed to go, so I can't even begin to guess what that's going to need to look like. But this is a better solution for this part of the roof. And this here, we just wrap it around that corner. So it overhangs that. I'll set that to 18 inches. And then see over here on this screen, we'll go up to the second floor. Whoops, I don't want the second. Second floor in this screen. Yeah, I need that to fill in, so I'll just draw it in. Whoops. We'll take that and line it up with the one below. And this apparent covered porch and so forth is your problem. But the reason the software the automatic roof generator didn't work very well there is because that whole thing's going to have to be have a roof saddle in it, or you're going to have to do this. It might even be more politic, make more sense to just do like this and like I did in the front. Get rid of that, get rid of this. Just make it a now I'm going to draw in some walls here. I'll go down to where the roof planes are and straighten that out. I like this actually better than what you were trying to do. I understand why you're trying to do it, but having a big roof saddle up here and another roof saddle back here, it seems to me it's unnecessarily making the roof more complicated. When with roofs you want to keep them simple, unless the client wants ostentatious looking roof lines. Set that to 18 just for now. You can set it to whatever you want later. I'm going to rotate this around and that looks fine. Now, maybe it doesn't look fine with the rest of the house once you get the whole roof on, but this is a lot better situation than what you did have. And the reason it didn't auto-generate is because the geometry is so odd there. You know, I mentioned it earlier, and I'll mention it specifically now. The floor plan of a house tends to dictate the 3D geometry of its roof. So the floor plan that you created caused this problem. And whether or not you see it as a problem, it's certainly a problem in terms of roof geometry. But this is workable, and what you had before was not really workable at all in terms of reference display off. I'm going to wrap this video up and send this back because I don't have a clue exactly where you wanted to go with this. I just solved what I see as a straightforward problem with the roof and made it a simple, straightforward solution that has a chance of working. Okay, hope this helps you. Thanks.